Good evening and welcome to Doordarshan Kendra Kohima. I'm Ila Susan with the news. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi terms election manifesto of Grand Alliance in Bihar as a bunch of lies. The election campaign for the first phase of poll in Bihar reaches its peak. President Draupadi Murmu attends second convocation ceremony of University of Patanjali in Haridwar. And Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan addresses International Conference on Libraries Empowering Communities, Global Perspectives. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today called the election manifesto of Mahagathbandhan Grand Alliance a bunch of lies and accused the opposition of trying to mislead the people of Bihar. Addressing a massive rally in Ara ahead of the assembly elections, the Prime Minister contrasted the NDA's honest Sankalp Patra with what he described as the opposition's document of deceit. I quote, "In the NDA Sankalp Patra, there are clear provisions for children's education, family health care, employment opportunities for the youth, and irrigation facilities for the farmers," Prime Minister Modi said. On one hand, the NDA has presented an honest manifesto. On the other hand, those from the Jungle Raj have filled theirs with lies and deceit. Do they think the people are foolish? Don't forget, this is the public. They know everything, he said, evoking loud cheers from the crowd. Highlighting the NDA's focus on employment and economic development, Prime Minister Modi said Bihar's high youth population is the driving force behind the alliance's emphasis on education and skill development. He reiterated the NDA's promise to create 1 crore jobs and employment opportunities in the coming years, adding that the manifesto includes a detailed roadmap to achieve this goal. And I quote, "Our resolve is that the youth of Bihar should work in Bihar itself and make the state proud," he said, calling for Bihar to emerge as a major hub of Made in India manufacturing. Election campaigning for the first phase of the Bihar Assembly elections has reached its peak. Star campaigners from both the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan are addressing public rallies across the state. Janata Dal United National President and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, addressing an election rally in Tarapur in Munger district, said that the Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD can never ensure the development of Bihar because it believes in dynastic politics. He alleged that the Mahagathbandhan's election manifesto is merely a ploy to mislead the people. Meanwhile, Congress leader and former Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot, said in Patna that Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has ruled Bihar for 20 years and the NDA is entirely responsible for the state's poor economic condition and backwardness. Pilot asserted that the Grand Alliance is fully committed to implementing its election manifesto in letter and spirit. Today, BJP star campaigner and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address election rallies in Bhojpur and Nawada districts, followed by a roadshow in Patna. Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed 3 rallies in Sholhar, Sitamarhi and Madhubani. And on the other hand, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi addressed public meetings in Begusarai and Khagaria, while the Mahagathbandhan's chief ministerial candidate Tejashwi Prasad Yadav addressed 17 rallies across the state today.
पूरी की पूरी तरीके से दम लगाकर बेहतरीन शिक्षा देने वाले हैं। मैं आपको पर्सनली गारंटी देता हूं और इसको आप याद रखिए, जिस दिन दिल्ली में यूपी इंडिया गठबंधन की सरकार आएगी, उस दिन मैं आपको बता रहा हूं कि नालंदा यूनिवर्सिटी जैसी यूनिवर्सिटी फिर से बिहार में खुलेगी।
President Draupadi Murmu today attended the second convocation ceremony of the University of Patanjali in Haridwar, Uttarakhand, where she lauded the institution's efforts in promoting India's ancient knowledge systems through modern education. Addressing the gathering, President Murmu highlighted India's rich spiritual and intellectual heritage, noting that great personalities such as Maharishi Patanjali made invaluable contributions to human civilizations. Open quote, Maharishi Patanjali, the greatest of sages, removed the impurities of the mind through yoga, of speech through grammar, and of the body through Ayurveda, she said, expressing happiness that the University of Patanjali continues to carry forward his legacy for the betterment of society. The President commended the University for advancing education and research in yoga, Ayurveda, and naturopathy, describing it as a significant step towards building a healthy India. She appreciated its India-centered educational vision that integrates ancient Vedic wisdom with modern scientific inquiry, thereby helping address global challenges through holistic and sustainable approaches. Emphasizing the importance of living in harmony with nature, President Murmu said that students educated in the ideals of the university would understand the necessity of environmental protection and adapting
Earlier this morning, the
lifestyles
President
to
was
nature.
received by Governor of Uttarakhand, Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, and Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami upon her arrival at Dehradun.
Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan today virtually addressed the International Conference on Libraries Empowering Communities, Global Perspectives, organized by the P.N. Panikkar Foundation at Kanakakunnu Palace in Thiruvananthapuram. The two-day conference, being held from November the 2nd to the 3rd, marks 80 years of the organized library movement in Kerala, inspired by the vision of P.N. Panikkar, revered as the pioneer of India's library and literacy movement. In his address, the Vice President commended the P.N. Panikkar Foundation for its sustained efforts in promoting reading culture, digital literacy, and community empowerment through knowledge. He said the foundation's guiding motto, Vayichu Valaruka, that is read and grow, continues to lead society towards enlightenment and inclusion. And also describing libraries as temples of learning, Radhakrishnan said that they nurture critical thinking and empower individuals and communities alike. Drawing inspiration from India's rich civilizational heritage, he recalled how Adi Shankara Acharya traveled across Bharat to awaken spiritual awareness and unify diverse thoughts, adding that the nation's tradition of learning from ancient epics to modern libraries reflects its enduring quest for wisdom and social progress. And now let's go for a short break. Please stay with us.
I'm here.
तुम्हें नहीं इसे मोबाइल चार्ज करना
दिमाग चार्ज कर अपना।
ऐसे पब्लिक पोर्ट से फोन चार्ज किया तो पर्सनल डेटा होगा पब्लिक।
देखा?
पापा रुको मैं पे करता हूँ। नो सिग्नल।
अब क्या करोगे?
फ्री वाईफाई है ना?
बुद्धू सुधर जा।
पेमेंट्स के लिए नो ओपन वाईफाई।
यानी फ्रॉड को करो बाय बाय।
आरबीआई कहता है
करो से ही शुरुआत, बनो फाइनेंशियली स्मार्ट।
And welcome back. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Emerging Science and Technology Innovation Conclave, ESTIC 2025, in New Delhi tomorrow. On the occasion, the Prime Minister will also launch a 1 lakh crore rupees research, development and innovation scheme fund to boost the R&D ecosystem in the country. The three-day conclave commencing tomorrow will culminate on the 5th of this month. ESTIC 2025 aims to bring together over 3,000 participants from academia, research institutions, industry and government. It will feature talks, panel discussions, presentations and technology showcases, providing a platform for collaboration among researchers, industry and young innovators to strengthen India's science and technology ecosystem. Excuse me. Moving on, the 67th edition of Akashvani Sangeet Sammelan will begin today with concerts at Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. Classical music performances will be held in 24 cities across the country during the month-long event. It's been organized by Prasar Bharati in collaboration with the Culture Ministry. Information and Broadcasting Ministry said that since its inception in 1954, the Akashvani Sangeet Sammelan has stood as one of India's most enduring and respected cultural traditions. It was conceived to bring the finest streams of Hindustani, Carnatic and light and folk music to audiences across the country. The Sammelan has played a vital role in preserving, promoting and popularizing India's rich musical heritage. Giving details of the Sammelan, Prasar Bharati CEO, that is Gaurav Dwivedi, said that after a brief interruption due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this grand festival returns this year with renewed vigor. The 2025 edition will feature 2 concerts at each venue, one dedicated to Indian classical music and the other to light folk music. Banerjee and Shillong will exclusively host Western classical presentations reflecting India's regional diversity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated the Indian contingent on winning 48 medals at Asian Youth Games 2025. In a social media post, Mr. Modi said that the country's young athletes have scripted history at the Games with their best ever performance. The Prime Minister said that the passion, determination and hard work of these athletes are clearly visible. And he also wished them for their future endeavors. The Asian Youth Games 2025 concluded this Friday in Bahrain. In related news, Bahrain's Foreign Minister Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani arrived in New Delhi today on a 2-day visit to India. During his visit, the Bahrain Foreign Minister met External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani's visit comes after Dr. Jaishankar visited Bahrain in December last year. During last year's visit, Dr. Jaishankar co-chaired the 4th meeting of the India-Bahrain High Joint Commission. The 2 sides agreed to expand the scope of bilateral cooperation in the education sector. Both sides also agreed to deepen cooperation on consular issues. India and Bahrain enjoy excellent bilateral relations characterized by cordial political, economic, cultural and people-to-people contacts.
During last year's visit, Dr. Jaishankar co-chaired the 4th meeting of the India-Bahrain High Joint Commission. India and Bahrain enjoy excellent bilateral relations characterized by cordial political, economic, cultural and people-to-people contacts. He will depart from India tomorrow.
And now let's take a look at the weather reports of the district headquarters of Nagaland.
Kohima today recorded a maximum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius, while Dimapur had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. Wokha experienced a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. Mokokchung had a maximum temperature of 21 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Mon had a maximum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius. Towards the east, Tuensang had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius. Zinabuto had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Phak had a maximum temperature of 20 degrees Celsius and a minimum temperature of 13 degrees Celsius. That's all for the weather report.
And to end the news, here's a recap of our top stories. Prime Minister Narendra Modi terms election manifesto of Grand Alliance in Bihar as bunch of lies. Election campaign for the first phase of poll in Bihar reaches its peak. President Draupadi Murmu attends second convocation ceremony of University of Patanjali in Haridwar. And Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan addresses International Conference on Libraries Empowering Communities, Global Perspectives. And with this, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Have a good evening.